Good morning, my power sisters. Dr. Anita Jackson here. Oh my gosh, can I tell you, I am so excited. I am broadcasting to you live from Southern California. It's a beautiful, but yet kind of cloudy and rainy day as we start day one of redefining your success. I can't tell you how excited I've been all morning. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. I spent time in prayer and meditation, sending each and every one of you so much love, so much power so that we can be present in this moment, ready to change your life. And I have to tell you, my executive team, who are also your co-hosts. So Pamela R. Garrison is one of our co-hosts who's going to be interviewing women on redefining her truth. Tina Capicalia, who's also going to be one of our co-hosts for redefining her power and leadership. Michelle Modales, co-host for redefining her lifestyle. So this is all about vitality, health, and wellness. And then last but definitely not least, Deanna Dirham, who's the co-host for redefining your money, wealth, and abundance. These are some key areas that we want you to take your power back in and really understand what that means. So I am beyond excited. Boy, I wish this was a live event so I can hug on each and every one of you so that you can feel the power of this sisterhood. Behind the scene this morning, I've been talking to all of our power speakers. They've been talking to me. We've just been laughing and we're so excited. So you're going to feel a lot of power in this room and throughout this entire summit. And this is so timely for such a time as this. I believe, and we believe collectively, that there has never been a more powerful time in our history for us as women to unite, not just come together, but to actually unite, which means, from my perspective, linking our arms, our hearts, our souls, our spirit, and even our resources as we support the good and the success in ourselves first and foremost, and then in every other woman around, whether she is Black, whether she is Latina, whether she is Asian, whether she is white. I don't care. There's never been a more powerful time for us to be positioned to unite so that we can take our power back. And in doing so, we not only heal ourselves, and you know this, I'm not saying anything you don't know. We also change our family, we change the community, and change the world for such a time as this. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit. I'm here to kind of give you an idea of what's going to happen today and for the rest of the summit. And tell me below how excited you are about being here. I won't be able to read your comments, but I know that all of our speakers are in there, so you're going to probably get flooded by all kinds of love and power, and we are shifting things for you. We are calling in your highest level of success. This is not like any other summit because I'm not like any other host. I'm just one who believes that when we are really just present and allowing every aspect of who we are, our good, our bad, our ugly, and even the traumatic parts of our life, when we give it value and purpose, that's how we stay in our power. Get back into our power, to live from our power and go to a whole nother level. So let me make sure that you kind of understand what's going to happen today. So today, all of our sessions are going to be live and hosted by yours truly. So right now, I'm going to be talking to you until about 10:30, and then all of our beautiful, gorgeous power speakers are going to join me at 10:30, and then we're just going to have an open conversation on what's happening in the world. So you get to see their beautiful faces, you get to tap into their energy. We've been having these different sessions behind the scenes, and the energy has been palpable. It's been on fire. It has ignited each and every one of us. Every single speaker, every woman who's a part of the summit behind the scenes have said, I have never been a part of an event from the behind the scenes to the front that has the kind of caliber and the kind of energy and the kind of power that's coming forward through this particular summit. So Power Her Success Alliance is all about that, calling you and every woman on this planet to back to home, back to their truth, back to their queenship, back to knowing at a deep, visceral level, without fear, without apology, without guilt, or without shame, that she is enough. And in knowing that she is enough, she gets to call in wealth and abundance and success and relationships and all those things that God, source, spirit, or the universe, whatever word works for you, you're going to probably hear me say God or source, to allow you to live your highest and your best life right now. And that takes some work. That takes some inner work, and it takes some outer work, what you do in your life, what you do in your business, how you manage your money, all of those things we're going to talk about over the next 8 days. So here's how our schedule is going to work. Like I said, today is going to be live. So at 10:30, all these beautiful women are going to be joining me. We're going to have a conversation for about 30 minutes or so. And then at that point, we are going to, hi ladies, you're jumping on a little soon. Nope, out. Love you, but out. They're so excited they're joining me early. They're not supposed to join me at this time. Love you, ladies. Okay, so what's happening is, and they're so excited they want to join here at 10:30, but we're here now for this particular session with me. And then at 10:30, they're all going to be joining me, and then they'll disappear, and then we'll come back in around 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, where I have the opportunity, and you get the opportunity to listen in on a conversation between myself and between Reverend Dr. Darnell Winningham, who, let me tell you, this woman is an amazing speaker. I've known her for years. Our birthday is one day apart, so we're twinsies on so many levels. And I know that when it comes to really helping you make a new decision, you'll hear me say this a lot if you've been around me for a while. Decision means to reach a definite conclusion. You will hear me talk about the power of what it means to really operate at a higher level of wealth and abundance in your life. Allow yourself to receive it. So that's going to be a lot of our conversation today. And then around 12 o'clock, we have the honor of having a live performance and I think she's in the group. I think we just added her, on Cara Rose, who's going to sing I Am Worthy. When Dr. Aaron sent that, her song to me, I had chills. So when you come today at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time to participate and listen in on that song, you really want to take in the power and the vibration of the words that she's going to be singing and the power of the song itself. And I want you to have that experience. So while you're eating lunch, while you're here in the room, just allow yourself to absorb. She may sing 1 or 2 songs, but we're excited to have her be here and to perform her beautiful song, I Am Worthy. So excited. So thank you, Aunt Connor Rose. I know she's here for all the blessing that you're going to give us at 12 o'clock. And then we're going to take a nice little break, because obviously this is live and I want to go take a break and re-ground and recenter myself so that I can come back in. And then I'm going to be interviewing several of the ladies in our group from 2 to 4 o'clock. So I think each group, so 2 o'clock on the spot, we'll talk for a little bit for 3 to 5 women, depending upon who's able to show up. And then at 3 o'clock, same thing, 4 o'clock, and then I'll close out our session around 4:30. Now for the rest of this week, you're going to be getting some interviews from different women for each of those themes: redefining her truth, redefining her power and leadership, redefining her lifestyle, and then redefining her wealth, abundance, money, wealth, and abundance. Okay. So what's going to happen is this week we're doing today's day 1, 2, and 3. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday and Sunday is really going to be our replay day. So you'll have an opportunity to watch all of the videos again. For whatever reason, if you were able to miss it, you still have a chance to participate in it. It'll be available to you there. And for some reason, if you're not able to stay throughout the day, you can always go to our website. If you go to the featured area, which I think is above me, and you'll see a video, it's the welcome video. And in that welcome video, in the comments area, you're going to see some links there. So one of the links that I want to make sure, if all of you have registered, please make sure you go get your free gifts from all of the speakers. These gifts are amazing. Like, this is like number 15th summit that I've ever done. And the gifts that the speakers have been giving are phenomenal. So I want you to make sure you get that gift for yourself. And for those of you who are like, I want to get everything. I want to make sure I build my Power Success library, and I want everything that comes from this summit. You can upgrade to become a VIP Power Sister, and you'll get all of the interviews, you'll get all of their gifts, and each Power speaker did a specific training on their core signature message. So these particular trainings go into a little bit more depth in regards to the message that they speak on the planet to help women really step into their power and to live their highest and their best life. I want you to have that gift, and included with that gift is a year-long subscription to Power Her Success magazine. We just launched it, so you'll get the first issue for free from us, and you're going to love it. You're going to be inspired, empowered, and this is so essential to your overall well-being. Is you want to hear the right kind of message from the right type of women all the time. So it helps change your mindset, helps change your thought, helps change your language, so that you can actually stand in a position of power that allows you to attract things to you rather than you having to work so hard. So that's available to you. It's valued, that whole entire package is valued at about $6,500, and you're getting it for $97. And each of these speakers also have another program. And again, I want to encourage you, connect to these women. Allow them to speak into your life. Allow them to take you by the hand and guide you on this amazing, powerful journey of becoming the powerful woman you already are, and you're stepping into a whole nother level. And I am going to personally vouch for every single one of them. I have known them, for several of them, for quite a few years. I have talked to them in depth. We've developed a very powerful and supportive and loving and encouraging and accountable sisterhood that I know you're going to experience right here throughout the whole entire summit. And this is going to be great. All right. And then I think that's it for today. So we are in a place of, so everybody's in different time zones. So if you see the video kind of jumping, it's because they're wanting to join me early rather than joining me at 10:30, ladies, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so now I want to talk to you about my message. I want to share my heart with you and talk to you about how this summit came about, and even more specifically, how Power Her Success Alliance came about. So for those of you who don't know, you can always check out who I am on my own website, which is my name, dranitaMjackson.com. And I have over 32 years of experience in personal and professional development, more specifically marriage and family therapy and organizational psychology. So I have a background in personal development and business development. And throughout that whole entire experience, I've had the honor of working with thousands of individuals, thousands of women more specifically. And what I have seen over the years is that there's always a pattern. I don't care what her ethnicity is, what her background is, what her social economic background is, what her education is. We as women have the same types of challenges across the board. And what I have noticed is that the women who are the most ambitious, they're the most driven, the women that are the most givers, they're givers in their nature, which, obviously we as women are so much like that. We tend to overgive to the point that we kind of put ourselves in a position that we are undervalued, we're underappreciated, we're undersupported. We don't allow ourselves to receive the kind of attention or support or success that we really desire in our personal life. And what that does is it causes us unconsciously, whether we're aware of it or not, to become frustrated, disappointed, anxious, or what I like to say, broke, busted, and disgusted. We have this experience that tends to lower our energy, lower our frequency and vibration, lower our power. And it was during the pandemic, when the pandemic first started, some girlfriends and I had a girls' night out party at our house, and there was about 15 of us. And these were very successful, professional, well-accomplished women. And as I sat there, and this is typically my nature, and this is obviously being a psychologist and having that background, that when other people are struggling, I tend to step into a very strong position to support them through that struggle. I step into my power position to support them through that particular process. All right. So I'm sitting there with these women and we're talking about what's happening in the world. And I was just stunned as each woman was talking about her level of fear, her level of anxiety, her level of worry. And it was almost like this powerful woman was falling apart right in front of me. And I started to just literally have this flood of wisdom and divine understanding just come to me in that moment. And I started to notice that that's been happening across the board with every woman who is really ambitious and has huge, big goals that she wants to accomplish in her life. And why am I saying this? Because I believe that like attracts like. And I believe that every single woman that's in this group, you're here for a very specific reason. There's something about reconnecting to your truth that you know you need to do. You know it's time for you to take your power back, to take your voice back, to take your femininity back, to take your sexuality back, to take your power back for who you are as a woman, instead of allowing outside circumstances, situations, individuals, just the world at large, to condition us and who we are supposed to be and how we're supposed to show up and how we're supposed to live our life. And I think that's why so many of us as women are burnt out, we're overwhelmed, we're tired, we're not getting the kind of results, we're not fulfilled, we're not satisfied, and we're not making the kind of money that we want. So this summit is really about me bringing together 24 amazing women who have gone through their own journey. So let me make sure you understand, none of us as speakers are here without our own journey. We've gone through our own losses, we've gone through our own setbacks, we've gone through our own fears, our own disappointments, we've had hurts, we've had challenges in our life, but we've also made some sort of a conscious decision, spiritually or energetically conscious decision, to really show up in our lives, really show up in our power, really show up in our truth in such a powerful and dynamic way that we've learned certain lessons. And in learning these certain lessons, we now are here wanting to show up and speak to the masses. So every single woman that's a part of this particular training and this summit has made a decision that she's here to share what she's learned as a part of her journey. And they all agree that what needs to happen now is we as women, you as a woman, need to redefine your success. What does success look like spiritually? What does it look like mentally, emotionally, relationally, socially? What does it look like in your career, in your business? What does it look like in your finances? What does it look like in how you show up in the world, whether that's with your family or in your job or just with your friends? And how are you showing up in the legacy that you're going to be leaving? And trust me when I say your legacy is not your children. Your legacy is not your children. Your legacy is you living your full life. So let me just share a little bit about my story. This isn't something that I've always known. This isn't something that I've always done. I had to lose everything, lose my job, lose my home, my beautiful brand new home, lose the man I thought I was going to marry. A lot of my dreams and desires kind of imploded and exploded and kind of tore my life upside down. And it was in that journey that I had to really come back to me and remember that first and foremost, that I am a spiritual, energetic being that already has everything I need in me, as me, and through me to, again, ladies, please don't join until 10:30. You're all jumping in a little bit early. Love you. Thank you. Yeah, it's not even time. So I am very, very excited about, let me come back to that because I'm a little bit distracted. So we have lived our lives on someone else's terms for way too long. And this is not about being attitudinal. This is not about screaming with your hands in the air, waving a fist saying, I must redefine my life and live my life my own way. That's not what I'm saying. There's something very powerful about redefining your success from a place of value of you accepting yourself, value of you understanding your worth, value in you understanding that you have a right to have standards, you have a right to have boundaries, you have a right to take care of yourself first. You have a right to make yourself a priority. And when you define that, that's when everything starts to shift. So the conversations that you're going to hear today are all about giving you permission to make a new decision. Again, that word decision means to reach a definite conclusion. That this year, 2023, is your year to really go after your goals, to really go after your dreams, to really go after your desires for your personal life and for your career and for your business and for your money. Okay, now power speakers, if you want to join me, come on in, I'll let you in. This is the perfect time to do it. So now we're going to have some women start to pop in the group. They've been popping in all morning because they're just as excited about talking to you and us having this conversation. And I'm going to continue to say that one of the things that I want you to do is to kind of look at yourself and say, when I have not been in my power, how does it make me feel? It's going to make you feel critical, anxious, judgmental of other women. And that's because you've given up your power in some sort of way. You may experience some sort of mental health issues, and I'm going to tread lightly there because there are other issues that are connected to that. But this is just about you, again, choosing you, choosing your dreams, your goals, your desires, choosing to heal at the deepest, richest level so that you can begin to live your life on your terms. And trust me when I say that when you make that decision to show up for yourself first and foremost, the world starts to follow your lead. The world starts to show up with such conviction, with such power, with such truth, with such anointing, and then it starts to flow, it starts to move, it starts to happen so easily, effortlessly, and clear. You see these beautiful women that are coming in, you can smile, it's okay. See? So you'll have some more women because I'm hoping that we'll start having a richer and deeper conversation. There's 25 of us, so let's just wait as the women are joining us, my power speakers. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hi.
Hi. Good to see you. I'm sure a few more will be joining us shortly. I love how excited everybody's been popping in all throughout the. I don't know if you guys saw that. Did you see it when they showed up here and I lovingly said, "Not yet, click out." See that? You did or you didn't? No, you didn't see it? Oh, good. Oh, great. Because I probably like 10 of you kept coming in. I kept kicking you out. Like, I love you. So this is the journey and the power of being in sisterhood. Anything can happen. We just stay in the present moment and allow ourselves to be here. So let's wait just a few more minutes. So while we are still waiting, I'm just going to put myself on speaker view so that I can continue to speak and talk and magnify all of these women who are saying yes to being here. Oops, let's see. Hold on. All right. So I love Zoom and all the things that it does, but sometimes it doesn't do what you want it to do, which is why I'm always looking for a new platform. So what's going on in the comments? Let me see. Are there any comments or questions that women would love for me in this present moment to ask or answer while I am waiting for more of our speakers to join us? There are a lot of comments. Woo! My goodness, I love it. Okay, ladies, power speakers, jump on. Because you joined too early. All right. Well, since other ladies aren't here, I'll have you ladies have a conversation with me. Look up, smile. Yay. There you go. There are those gorgeous faces. Everybody's looking down at their phone. Isn't it amazing how we do that? All right. So ladies, thank you for taking time out of your business schedule and joining me at the right time. I appreciate you being here. And I know there are more speakers of our power speakers going to be joining us shortly. So how are you feeling? Tell me what's going on with you.
Feeling awesome.
Yeah, tell me what.
Yeah, amazing. Super motivated and excited and thrilled to be with all these amazing women.
Thank you. I love it. So that was, you didn't say your name, Miss Beth.
I did not. I'm Beth Lendrum, the 4-Minute Flow.
Thank you. Love it. How about you, Jennifer? Go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
Super excited to be here, to be surrounded by so many wonderful women. I'm excited for this summit. And I am Jennifer Bell, AKA J Bell, and I help women heal and prioritize their health. So I'm excited to share with you all and to also interact with each one of you guys.
Awesome. And then Pamela R. Garrison up there in the purple.
Hello, all the beautiful ladies in the house. I'm so glad to be here. I'm excited about this event. I'm excited to hear all the messages that's going to come forward. I am one of your co-hosts, Redefining Her Truth, and it's just fire. So you don't want to miss any of this summit. But I'm telling you, these ladies really, really, really going to be sharing their hearts. So you don't want to miss any of that.
I love that we have the flexibility of just allowing. That's one of the things that how you stay in your power is just going with the flow, right? Allowing things to happen and not losing you in the process. You know, of course, you want things to look a certain way. We want things to respond a certain way. But then sometimes you just have to go, it's in God's hands. I'm just going to let it go and let it be. I've done my part. I'm showing up. And this is part of how you stay in your power. I definitely want you to redefine it for yourself. So ladies, since you're here already, and I'm hoping other women will start to join us, how do you, do me a favor, Pamela, would you put a post in the speakers group and say, you should be on set with us now. It's now time for them to join us. That'd be great. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Define power. Why is this word power so crucial to a woman's overall beingness and success? Who would like to go first? Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Jennifer.
I had a feeling she was going to call on me. Actually, I define power as that that thing in your shanana. Okay, let's just get to that point. That's how that some people call it intuition, people call it, but that thing that makes you who you are, and it helps you to stand up confidently in who you are called to be. That's how I define power.
Love it. What about you, Miss Beth?
You know, I believe it's a feeling that comes from within, having that inner strength, that inner level of confidence that really comes from the, the lower part of our body, if you will, like any martial artist, any martial art training, you stand in the lower part of your body. And I believe for, for anybody, that's where our power comes from. And it's staying in alignment in that place all the time.
Love it. Love it. What about you, Miss Pamela?
So your power, I think it's that inner knowing, bearing witness with what is on the inside of you, and then taking action accordingly, regardless of how you feel. That's the part. How you're feeling, but knowing that this is what's in you, and now I'm going to exercise it and put it out there, regardless of how I feel and whoever don't believe. So, because it's all about your power and staying in your power, in your beliefs.
Love it. So I'm trying to get a, oops, that's the wrong one. I didn't want that. I want to put a link in. Here we go. A few more women are beginning to join us. As a hi, Michelle Manning Foger. She's coming in. There she is. Yay.
Hey, ladies.
Hello. So thank you for joining us. Pamela, can you grab the link as well for sharing in the group? Do you have that ability?
Yes.
Thank you.
I was actually looking forward to.
I appreciate that.
to do
So thank you, Michelle, for joining us. So this conversation is really, now we're kind of defining, like, since you just came in, my question was, how do you define power and why is it essential for a woman, especially now?
Oh my gosh. Power to me is that deep inner knowing of who you are and how you show up in the world, what your unique gifts and talents are, and how you bring them to the world.
Beautiful. Thank you. Hi, Dr. Gloria.
Hello. I'm drifting in here just as I am. I learned to do that as a power woman. I kept messing with this and I thought, you know what? I am not going to miss this exciting morning over some little piece of technology.
I love it.
Hello.
I literally just said, sometimes you just have to go with the flow. Just
Go with it.
So she's like, look, I can't get that thing to work. I'm just going to show up. I love it. I accept it.
Go with it.
I love it. I'm glad you're here too, because I know you've got a very rich background. We won't go into it now, but we're having a conversation on how do we define power and why is it so essential to a woman right now? How would you define it?
I always say power is can do. I use those two words so much when I'm describing power, because I think sometimes if we don't know that, what happens is that we get caught up in that, what we can't do. And we lose the power of can do. That's really what it is. And I think power is also knowing. I've just come into realizing that there are so many things that we could be doing, but we don't even know that it's out there. We don't even know that we don't have it. And so once we come into that knowing, we come into our power. That's really how I see it. I really see it that way. Once we know it, and grab hold of that can do, we can do it. Knowing is really important.
So you should start to hear a theme that's happening, because all of these women have gone through their own journey. And so let me tap into my version of what knowing is. Knowing is your absolute truth.
Yes.
Like when you really are clear about your truth, like I know I need to be a multimillionaire. It's a knowing. I'm not going to apologize for it anymore. I need it because it's going to not only allow me to live my highest and best life, but allows me to give at the level that I want to give, to change someone else's life. Knowing that I need to sleep 8 hours a night, or I'm cranky and hangry. I need to eat and good food, or I'm hangry. I know this stuff about me. I know I need to spend time in prayer and meditation every single day. I don't function well without that spiritual, energetic connection. I know that I have to have a powerful inner circle of women around me to hold me accountable to my greatness. I know this. So when you know what you know about who you are and how you function, I also know that I'm ADHD and I get a little wonky, right? And sometimes I do Zoom meetings with the mic off and I talk for a long time and don't realize that I have the mic off until someone says, your mic's off. That's happened multiple times with my team. They're like, Anita, we can't hear you. Okay, like, oh my gosh, crack myself up, turn that on. And we just laugh through it. We just keep moving through it, right? So you're knowing what's gonna light you up, what's going to fulfill you, what's going to make you feel satisfied, and not being ashamed that you have those requirements, not feeling guilty. So I have a soapbox when it comes to the word guilt. Women say it all the time. I feel so guilty. And I'm like, no, you don't. And they're like, I do. No, that's not what you're feeling. Here's why. Because the actual original first definition of the word guilt means a feeling from committing a moral wrong. A feeling from committing a moral wrong. So 9 times out of 10, that woman hasn't done something morally wrong. She's feeling shame that she wants something that the world has said, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whoever has said, you can't be, let me say it in the right order, be, have, or do whatever it is that it is. The moment you release that shame, power kicks back in instantaneously. Power kicks back in. And then it allows us to show up in a much bigger and bolder way. So over this time, you've seen a few more speakers join us. Hi, Abby. Hi, Dr. Kim Marie. Hi, Deanna. Deanna.
Hi.
I know I shouldn't say that, but y'all know who I am and how I operate. How are you doing, ladies?
Doing good.
Love it. So our conversation just now, we'd love to get your insight on it because we have a few more minutes to go, is defining what power is and why is it essential to a woman. So Dr. Kim Marie, would you be willing to share your quick little definition of what power is, especially for a woman, and why this is essential for her right now?
To me, it's about plugging in and integrating your head and your heart. It's about tapping into the bigger part of who you are and allowing that to flow through you, because everything else is just that illusion, really. It's that illusion. It's that small us. So boy, did I get that workout today.
It's okay. It's okay. I did too. But
I got
that's a part of the journey,
right? I got the opportunity to remember and to tap into that part, of that can easily get kicked out.
Yeah.
And so it's really just remembering who we are and stepping into it and plugging back in to the bigger part of who we are, which is breathed within us. It's bigger than us. It came before us. It's tapping into that.
Yeah. And I have to appreciate the fact that I think when you're doing any kind of an event live, or even whether it's a virtual event or a live event, things happen. Why? We're human. and technology likes to have its mind of its own, especially when it doesn't want to listen to me. And I'm like, I'm the boss here, and it doesn't want to listen. And then again, like I said earlier, I have to stay in my power and stay grounded by being able to say, I've done the best that I could in this situation. The rest is in God's source spirit's hands. And as long as I show up in my power that I do have control over, everything's going to operate exactly the way it's supposed to. Exactly the way it's supposed to. So I love what you just said about connecting our heart and our minds together, because so many of us as women, particularly women who've gone through any kind of trauma, especially if they've gone through some sort of sexual trauma, we tend to be very disconnected from our bodies. And those of us who are highly educated or highly driven and ambitious and successful, we tend to be so heady. We're in our head a lot. We're constantly thinking and judging and criticizing and trying to analyze. And that's a gift. There's nothing, hear me. There's nothing wrong with that. We just want to get you balanced. Cancel clear, because I don't like the word balance. Harmony. We want to get you in flow. We want you to actually operate like an infinity. So all of your heart and your body is operating together. So that's why what Dr. Kim Marie said is so powerful. Where did she go? I just saw her. Someone else just joined us. I missed her. Oh, there she is, Abby. How about you, my friend? What say you?
Maybe a little similar. Mine would be around alignment. So feeling like what we're doing in this world, and whether that is from a business perspective or from a personal perspective, aligns with who we are and what our values are, the things that are really important to us from a spiritual, religious sort of perspective. Because if we're not anchored into those things, then everything that we work on is kind of on the periphery, right? And not really rooted inside us. So for me, it's being aligned with what that true purpose is, that source spirit. What else do you say? Source spirit.
Oh, God, source,
higher power, God, source, spirit.
Yeah.
Yes. Those things for each of us. But I think we have to find that alignment in order to be able to be that and have that flow of power and that confidence we need in order to be able to serve others.
I love it. What I've learned about alignment, it took me a long time to really allow, especially, again, I'll attribute this to myself. Being that I'm a very highly spiritual, highly ambitious, highly driven person, I do big things. I always have done big things. I will continue to do big things. It's just naturally a part of who I am and how I'm designed. Sometimes that kind of personality type works so hard to make things perfect that it throws us out of alignment with God, with source, with spirit. And what happens when you are out of alignment, you're not in a position to allow yourself to receive the very things that you're asking for yourself to receive. So alignment is about saying, everything works for my highest good, no matter what. I don't care how crazy it is. I don't care how left field it is. Everything happens for a reason, and it's only, capital ONLY, only for my highest good. And when that became my truth, that when manifestation of anything that I'm asking for, it started to flow and to come in very easily, effortlessly, and continuously. So this is why we're having this conversation. Hi, Dr. Karen.
Hello there.
How are you? How are you?
I am doing well, thank you. We kind of got a little technical issue here.
That's okay, because honestly, we've been talking about that all morning, so I think all of us are having it. I'm like, there must be a full moon out there, but that's okay, because power women know how to just flow with the issue. Let it happen the way it's supposed to happen. Can you see? Look how beautiful. Somebody take a screenshot, because aren't we just gorgeous? It just looks so pretty. Go with my flow. Just go with it. So Dr. Karen, I know you have a very rich background. Real quickly, as we're watching her get.
As I'm trying to get situated, I got locked out because of our previous conversation, so I had to switch to my iPad.
Oh, okay.
So I apologize for not having that lovely screen that you had shared with everyone.
That's okay. We're clear now. We're all good. So the conversation was, how do you define power, and why is it essential to a woman right now in the last couple of minutes that we've got left?
So to me, when I look at power, I look at women or men and our ability to tap into our natural resources and really be authentic to who we are, being able to lead with our true persona. Yes.
So hopefully, ladies, as you're listening to our conversation, you're already beginning to hear that you have to make a decision to allow all of you to matter to you first and foremost. And here's what I know to be absolutely true. Let me make myself the speaker so you can see my gorgeous face. Nope, that made Karen the speaker. I don't know if you can see me in the group, but you can. It just shows me. Okay, so on my side, it shows someone else. It doesn't show me, so I guess it does that on purpose. Zoom is such a fascinating little technology. God bless it. I should have stock in it by now. Anyways, what you're hearing in this conversation, what I hopefully you're feeling as well, is that you have a decision to make. And this decision can't be just in its head alone, just like what Abby said, and just like what actually all of these women, what all of us have said is, if there's ever been a time in our history for us as women to decide to truly show up in our authenticity, in our feminine power, in our voice, in our beingness, in our energy, and all of who we are as women, however you choose to define it, and you must define it, because if you don't define it, what will happen? Someone else will define it for you. Someone else will tell you what you can and can't do, who you should and shouldn't be, what you can and can't have. And then if you allow them to have that kind of power in your life, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be like a salmon. Well, I guess salmons aren't miserable, going upstream because they're designed for it, right? But I'm just saying, you're going to be working against your own grain, working against your own sense of self, the way you've been designed. How this whole summit kind of came to being for myself was that I had to decide that I was called. I've always known it. I've known it since I was probably about 9 years old. That I was called to speak to the masses, that I was called to speak to thousands of women. And I've been put in different circumstances. I've been put on different stages that puts me in a position to be seen at that level. But there was this unconscious and conscious, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm too tall, I'm too full figured, I don't articulate myself really well, I'm a Black woman, they're not going to receive me on a stage. All of these, I'm not whatever. And what that does, whether it came from outside and I bought into it, so I got to take responsibility for the fact that somewhere along the line, I agreed with that lie compared to agreeing with my own truth. And in agreeing with it and allowing it to continue to exist, it interferes with my ability to live my highest and my best life. So God, Source, Spirit loves us so much that sometimes God says, let's just turn things upside down just to get your attention. And that's when we go, okay, what's that phrase? I think there's a quote that says, when you make plans, God laughs. I don't know if God really laughs because he wants you to make some plans for yourself. But when you're rigid, when you're like, no, it has to go this way. God's like, oh, you're so cute. I'm just going to turn you upside down so you can have a different experience. And this is really what this is all about. Us coming together and saying, now, ladies, in this sisterhood, in this community, in this collaboration, because feminine collaboration is the what, ladies? What do I always say? Really?
New domination.
Thank you, Pamela. Miss Pamela's listening to me.
New domination.
Feminine collaboration is the new domination. When we as sisters truly unite, it's one thing to say it. It's a whole nother thing to live it and to walk it and to do it. And this is what Powerhouse Success Alliance is about, bringing all these amazing women, bringing you into the fold so that you have someone saying, honey, what's your big dream? And you say, I want to start my own. I want to go into real estate and have multiple businesses or buildings so that I can help people get out of homelessness. Great. How do we help you make that happen? Some other woman says, I'm ready to launch my own publication agent. Great. I got the skills. I've got the knowledge. How do I help you make that happen? Someone else says, I need to shift generational wealth in my family. Great. Let me connect you to the right person who's going to teach you how to do that. Or I don't understand my energy and my frequency and my vibration. Great. Let me go get you to Michelle Manning so she can tell you what your human design is so you can know how to operate from that power. Let me get you to Dr. Gloria. Let me get you to, so that I can start introducing you to all these women who know how to activate something in you, who have gone through their own hell. Tell me you ladies haven't gone through your own hell. You've gone through your own hell to get to the point so that you can speak into someone else's life. We are not here just to look cute, because they do look cute, don't they? We look great in our purple and our gold and in our white. We look fantastic, but we're not here to just have a summit. We're here because we're on a mission. We're creating a movement to bring women from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, around the world into a community and say, together we will heal our family, our community, and this world. The world is looking for us to show up in our power. That doesn't have to be aggressive. It just has to be real and true. So with that being said, ladies, I love you. Thank you for being here with me. We're going to close this session, take a few moments for those of you who weren't able to join us. Thank you, love you. Sorry that you missed out, but you'll be able to meet them later on within this entire summit. Trust me, you want to watch every single one of these videos. You want to be a part of these conversations. You want to interact with all of our speakers because they are on fire for you. For you. Join me back here at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in about 15 minutes or so we can have a conversation. You can listen in on this conversation that I get to have with Reverend Dr. Darnell Winningham. You want to have this conversation with her because we're going to talk about your money, honey. All right. Much love to all of you. See you later on today. Bye.
Bye-bye.